What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Calvin Jr. YouTube channel. I get that I haven't been uploading for a couple of days, but I'm just kind of tired with G-Month. So, today, I don't know if you've heard of this, but we are getting a King Kong show on Disney+. And it has James Wan on it, the guy who made the Final Destination and the Aquaman movies. You guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong. And so many people. It's going to be on Disney+. And it was announced in 2022 or 2023. And I just recently found out about it. So I decided to write my own little script for it. Or my outline for it. I wrote some things saying it's a very extensive task to write every single episode, 2 pages for each episode. I just said it's a very extensive task, but I will go over I was talking to myself in the future when I read this and be like, oh yeah, bada bing, bada boom, I can figure that out. It's just this is a very extensive task and I don't want to do this, so I just say, if it isn't as long as you want it to, if it isn't as long as I wanted it to be, it's as long as how I thought it was going to be. So now let's get into it. So this series would come out in early 2025, 2020, late 2024. It just really depends on when they think they're going to start filming and stop filming. And I don't know what Kong is going to look like. He's probably going to look like 1933 or Great War Kong. It's based off of the book, by the way. Episode 1, The Voyage to Skull Island. The series begins with Andera, played by Samara Weaving. I picked her because she's like that girl boss in a lot of movies, like Ready or Not, Babysitter, Killer Queen. She's in those movies, including Mayhem, that makes her feel like a girl boss, that makes her, and Scream 6, where she gets killed in the first 5 minutes. And she always wears white dresses. Make a connection. Anne likes white stuff. White dresses. They're connected. So I felt like she kind of felt like it instead of casting, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney. I casted Samara Weaving because she's a really talented actor. I haven't watched any of her movies, but I know for a fact she'd be a really talented actor to play Andera in this series. And Jack, the guy who, Anne's boyfriend, played by Adam Driver. I don't know if they're in the same age range, but I just put them together because, I don't know, he kind of felt like a good choice. He felt like he was a continuation of the 2005 version. And I like it if he had a beard in this one. Embarking on a treacherous... The series begins with Andera, played by Samara Weaving, and Jack, played by Adam Driver, embarking on a treacherous journey to Skull Island. The audience is introduced to the characters and their motivations, as well as the mysterious and dangerous reputation of the island. So I'm guessing Carl Denham, the guy who's directing the movie, would be like, oh yeah, we're going to film a movie on this dangerous island because you two, you're going to help us try to fight the things that are on here so we can get this movie out later in 1934. Episode 2, Encountering Natives. Upon their arrival on Skull Island, the crew encounters the my teacher said, oh, this is a good word to put in there, enigmatic native inhabitants who have a complex relationship with the island's wildlife, including the legendary Kong. They don't call him King Kong because there is obviously more creatures than just him. He's like the secondary king. He's like the prince. And there's a giant guy up top. I didn't include that guy, but I came up with this idea later on. Tensions rise as the crew's presence disrupts the delicate balance of the island. So maybe in this episode, Anne and Jack get into an argue on the island where they're like, this wasn't even a good idea at all, Anne. We should have just stayed home in New York and we could have dodged all of this. And Anne is like, she wants money so she can move out with Jack, to like California or other places down the route instead of still living in New York. She's like, Jack, I'm doing this movie so we can get to somewhere else instead of staying here in New York, so we don't have to go through anything, no wars, no nothing. And she's like, yeah, and he's like, well, I don't want to be in this production. But he's like forced to be in this production because there's no way out of the production, but he stays on the production. And Kong is a giant beast. He's 25 feet or maybe 30 feet. Because I want him to be not really towering, but I want him to be bigger than the human characters, where you can still grab in and it looked like he's holding like this figure over here. Obviously, this series is weird so far. Episode 3. The Beasts of Skull Island. Anne Darrow captures breathtaking footage of the island's wildlife, including the colossal and awe-inspiring Kong. However, the crew's presence leads to a series of harrowing encounters with the island's monstrous inhabitants, and Anne finds herself in peril. So Anne is still trying to get that money as soon as possible because they said the filming dates would be June, which is when this takes place, June to the end of June. So they have like a 30-day time span, and it was like, stop, we gotta crap and get out of here. This movie has to come out like later this year. And then like Carl's like, oh no cheap stuff, man. Or, whoa, what's the rush, girl? Trying to get this movie out as soon as possible. Promise that this movie will be out in the summer of 1933. But she's like, still, I don't want to do that. And she like marches away. Oh, just stepped on Kong. Ow, my foot. So she goes off on her own, and then she's like seeing all of these creatures. She sees the V-Rex, T-Rex, snakes. Most of the time, like the Stone Age monsters, like dinosaurs, snakes, giant snakes, flying birds. Flying bird. But yeah, episode 3 is just, Anne is in peril now. How do you feel? Episode 4, the capture of Kong. Driven by greed, the crew captures Kong, intending to exploit him. They want to get back to New York so they can show him off and put him into a museum. But Anne will try to follow them. They're not good. Jack is trying to prevent them from doing that. And the crew faces the wrath of Kong. Episode 5, the rampage of the creatures. With Kong captured, the natural order of Skull Island is disrupted, leading to a surge in violent encounters with the island's monstrous inhabitants. Anne and Jack must navigate the chaotic landscape to survive. So this is where kind of some of the ideas from the 2005 game come in, where we can see some of that survival instinct in Jack, where he's like holding a torch and he's like taking Anne into a cave, and then they get attacked by a bunch of little spiders. try to like reenact it and how it would work. And get out of here! And just like decapitates one, and he's like holding them off with fire, but they like slowly come over him until like Carl and the crew like start throwing cans at him or cans at them. Yeah, get away from him! Yeah, and like keep throwing it at them, and then they run away, and then like the V-Rex stomps out of there. And then he tries like killing the whole crew by doing a tail swipe. But then like they can't do anything because Kong is still captured. But it's like they don't know what to do necessarily. And like Kong is like, oh crap, gotta get out of here. They might die. I got tricked to that one girl. Episode 6, Unleashing the Fury. Kong breaks free from captivity, unleashing his fury upon the crew and the island. Ann and Jack find themselves caught in the middle of chaos, struggling to escape the wrath of the vengeful creature. So that's basically like my outline for the one where they're being attacked, but they're just gonna keep throwing the rocks and stuff, and then Kong breaks out, and then he tries to kill the whole crew, but Ann like prevails and like touches his like nose, and like Kong feels a connection, and then like he's like, oh, I have a connection to this one girl, and then he's like, I'm gonna protect the whole crew and even her. So he decides to just try and ravage all of those like little monkeys. Like decides that he's gonna kill every single last one of them, but I don't know why he would do that. There you go, we got the fit for the episode. We got Kong back. Episode 7, Forging Alliances. As the crew attempts to regroup and survive, unexpected alliances are formed with the island's native inhabitants, who possess knowledge crucial to surviving the dangers of Skull Island. Ann and Jack learn more about the island's secrets and the true nature of Kong. After the event where Ann discovers the light side to Kong, they want to go deeper into this in this like kind of documentary. Carl's like interviewing her, and she's like, no, he just has a nice side to him. And like throughout the episode, Kong still beats up a bunch of other characters, like the cretin giant snake. We could call that Manda for all I care. But like he's able to, like, that thing's about to attack Ann, and then he like grabs it by the jaw and like pulls. Like I'd say like he grabs the top of it and like pulls and keeps the bottom half down, and like the skin peels. Ugh, that's so disgusting, but cool. And like Kong beats his, instead of like Kratten like beating both of his hands, he's doing like, ow! Ow, that hurt. Episode 8, The Heart of the Island. Ann and Jack embark on a perilous journey deeper into the heart of Skull Island, uncovering ancient ruins and uncovering the island's mysterious history. Meanwhile, Kong's presence sparks a power struggle among the island's other colossal creatures. So, like, now the natives and the crew members are like, we feel this connection to Kong. And, like, Kong starts to become more vengeful. And, like, he's scared that he's going to lose Ann. And then, like, he decides to, like, and kill everything in his way. Like, and he kills, like, half of the island's creatures. But, like, Some of them are still alive. Not all of them are dead. We're already on page 3. Oh, episode 9, I think. Episode 9, The Battle for Skull Island. As chaos erupts on the island, a climactic battle ensues between Kong and the island's other Titanic inhabitants. Anne and Jack find themselves at the center of the conflict, struggling to escape the devastation and a way off the island. So Kong is in the middle of this war where all of these creatures are coming in. They're like flooding in. There was this volcano and then it erupted, awakening all the original creatures, making it like, oh crap, this is bad. All of the creatures like flood down. And like Kong has to kill all of them. So with like some firepower from the crew, they're able to kill like 17 of them. But Kong is nearly overwhelmed. But he still prevails because apparently this place is like bombing this island because they think it's dangerous because they don't want things to spread to the other country. It's not like I'm talking about a zombie apocalypse. Jeez. It's not. It's a Cretin King Kong show. Episode 11, Revelations. Episode 10, Revelations. As the dust settles from the battle, startling revelations come to light about the true nature of Skull Island and its inhabitants. Anne and Jack uncover the island's deepest secrets, leading them to question their own place within its ancient and enigmatic ecosystem. Kong doesn't really appear in this one, but it's solely about Anne and Jack, so we can get some character development out of them before the season ends. And it's just like everyone is like trying to figure out what they're on this island for, and it's just crazy overall. In the days. Episode 11, Desperate Escape. With Skull Island in turmoil, Anne and Jack race against time to find a means of escape before the island's cataclysmic forces consume them. Their survival hinges on their resourcefulness and resilience as they navigate the island's treacherous terrain. Like, I'd say like they find these like markings, and it's like the U-Rex, the Ultra-Rex, and it's like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? And then like everything starts going to hell. The island is nearly destroyed, and like Kong has his own mountain, Kong Mountain, that just stays there, and it's like slowly drifting off from Skull Island, and Kong is like getting mad, so he's ready to fight. He's ready to fight, man. As episode 12, Confronting the Unknown. As Anne and Jack venture into the uncharted territories of the island, they encounter new perils and mysteries that challenge their perceptions of reality. Meanwhile, Kong's health is going to very bad situations. Kong is not able to survive for much longer, and if they don't do anything about it, he might die. So now we get into episode 14, The Island's Legacy. Anne and Jack delve deeper into the island's history, uncovering ancient myths and legends that hold the key to understanding the true significance of Skull Island. Their discoveries shed light on the island's profound influence on the world beyond its shores. Did I say episode 14? It's episode 13. Episode 14, The Final Stand. So it's not gonna move to New York. I guess it's not available in source material, but I don't care. As the series reaches its climax, and Jack and the remaining crew members make a final stand against the island's formidable forces, forcing their greatest challenges and sacrifices in a bid to escape the clutches of Skull Island. Episode 15, Departure. In the season finale, Anne and Jack, alongside the surviving crew members, make a daring escape from Skull Island, leaving behind a legacy of awe-inspiring and harrowing experiences that will last forever, altering their lives. As they depart, the mysteries of the island and the legacy of Kong continue to linger, shaping their futures in unforeseen ways. To be continued. So it didn't mention anything about the U-Rex, but I'm sure he will fight him. And Kong is gonna nearly die with Anne in his hand, he punches it twice, and he grabs its neck, grabs its jaw, grabs it, and then puts up his other leg, and then snaps it, and then it dies, and then he does his infamous chest beat. So I want there to be a season 2, kind of based on the Dark Horse Comics run of Kong, where Carl's son, 25 years later, decides to look into the future, the past of his dad. So that's going to be the next season. If there ever is a second season, if the show is successful enough. But I'm sure the series is going to be successful enough because it's a King Kong show on Disney, and it's directed by James Wan, the guy who brought Aquaman. This series is definitely sure to get a season 2, hopefully, unless they don't kill him in the end. So, that's going to be it for today's video, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, or dos.